Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dan Harrison. I'm your host. This is NuPath Live. Today is a great day. It's beautiful weather outside. People are excited about so many things. I'm excited about so many things. Memorial Day is coming up, and we've got some exciting stuff to talk about. Before I lose track of what I should be doing first and foremost, we are going to do what we've been doing now for several weeks as we try to acknowledge and support our staff that have received the vaccines. We are now well over 70% of our staff have been vaccinated, which is fantastic. And we have given away, I don't know how much, maybe Brett will tell us when we bring him on, because you know what time it is. It's time to roll that back to better basket.
Hi, Dan.
Brett Riley, how are you? It's good to see you.
Doing great. Another roll of the basket. I think this is our 11th, so $1,100 we've given out.
Now, I wonder if your life's going to have this empty spot when we're in 2 weeks' time, we give your grist to your heart. Because in 2 weeks' time, we're going to do the grand prize. This is going to be the final point, the piece de la résistance, for 1 year of health insurance paid for somebody who's received both vaccines and is fully vaccinated. But today we're going to roll that basket and find another lucky staff person to get a $100 electronic Visa gift card. I look forward to hearing the squeaks. So let's get.
It's so authentic.
Yeah. You almost wonder if they sound engineered that squeak, but let's rip out a name and see who is gonna have $100 extra this week that they weren't planning on.
This is from our residential crew, Barbara Bolia Segoya. Barbara comes to our business meetings.
Oh, awesome. Barbara,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes, I believe she's our APM at Concord Road.
Concord Road. Wow.
Congratulations, Barbara.
Congratulations, Barbara. There it is. Oh, I'm so happy to hear. For some reason, I was thinking that we were still around a 50% level, and I was like, "What's the matter with us?" But we confirmed it for our board meeting Tuesday night that it was we're over 70%. But Riley, thank you for your service, for all you do for us, and you know what? I should just mention while I have you, you do a lot of work to prepare for these, to help get everybody lined up. And I know I'm probably not the easiest person to work with because I do stuff at the last minute, which makes it really tough to plan. But you're just so great about, lining up all those details. We couldn't do this without you. So thank you for all of your lead work on these episodes. Really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Okay. Have a good show.
See you next week. So, and I thought, I'd just say something quick after Brett left, because I didn't want to get a conversation with him about it. But we last week, I think it was, we experimented with doing some pre-recorded, and I said that we still will do that, if a person just, the schedule doesn't give them the opportunity to be part of this, and they want to be, or we really want to have them on, we can do it. And in so many ways, I guess, to somebody like Brett that's like trying to coordinate all the details behind the scenes, it's probably a relief to have the interviews already done. But I just felt like some of the magic was missing. There's something about doing something live where you know that if you really screw up big time, everyone's going to see it. So we're doing this fully live today. Did I say it was May 20th? Yes, it's May 20th already. And quickly, I want to just do a quick shout out to another amazing staff person, Doreen Mumper, who is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Doreen. You are an incredible force. Everyone knows you. Families would, I don't know what they would do, rebel if you weren't a part of this organization, and you do so much for so many. We really appreciate your service. All right, we've got an exciting program today. It's exciting for a number of reasons. It's exciting because we all probably heard the CDC announcement last Friday, and then on Monday, the Baker-Polito administration issued further guidance that told us, yay, look at my confetti, that as of May 29th, which is a week from Saturday, the statewide mandate, mask mandate, will be rescinded, with some exceptions. They're highlighted there. And so in healthcare, in congregate care settings, so that's still at this point in time, in our settings, masks will still be required. But in living our lives and being out and about, so on, we're going to be able to get rid of those masks. Tuesday night, we had a board meeting, and we had planned it to be in person, and we've been doing virtual all these years, it feels like years, months and months since the shutdown back last March. And so it was the first time we'd seen many of the board members. And I came down, most people were in there, and I made this big grand thing about ripping my mask off as I came into the tent. We were outside. And it was just such a wonderful feeling to just the hopefulness of not just the light at the end of the tunnel, but this just this dazzling radiance that was at the end of the tunnel. Things we just always took for granted before, being able to move more freely, not being able to be restricted, and I realized just how much, I'm sure everybody else feels the same way, how much I depend on my mouth and my smile as a way of communicating. If you're trying to, you're in the grocery store, you're moving your carriage, you get out of somebody's way, you give them a smile. It just can communicate all kinds of things, like you're good, or this is all right, and when you rob somebody of that, I found myself really missing the ability to communicate through a nonverbal mechanism like that. So I am just thrilled beyond words that this is where we are, and that we aren't where we were last year at this time. Speaking of last year at this time, there's a family that's all of our families are special, of course, but there's one family that's a little extra special. We actually heard from them a year ago, almost the day, May 15th of 2020, and this is the family of Rob and Janice Thompson, and Janice's sister Mary Ann, who happens to attend our day program, the Martin Center here in Woburn. And Janice is amazing. She writes frequently emails that are so encouraging, and I think maybe I've talked about them before. But she sent one after our 100th episode, and what I want to just point out here, she said thanked us for it, and she said we've not missed one episode over the past year. Well, that is pretty incredible, considering that we had over 100, and we just appreciate so much Janice taking the time to share those thoughts with us. And then I got an email from her that she wrote actually just last night, and I'd like to read that to you. She says, today was a day for tears and cheers as Mary Ann returned to the sparkling, beautiful, clean, and wonderful Martin Center. My sister Carol and I dropped her off this morning, and she was so happy. The staff were all outside in the beautiful sunshine, helping each person inside. It was so emotional after having Mary Ann home for 14 months, but this year has taught us to breathe and have some peace. Pray for you and your entire family every day. With love always, Mary Ann, Jan, Rob, and we can't forget Cindy either. And there's that picture of Mary Ann out there. All across this organization, there are these homecomings happening every day as more and more people are coming back to programs. We're not at full capacity yet, guys, which is, and we won't be able to really even think about relaxing from a financial perspective until we're back to where we were before March of 2020. It's funny because when we got the word that we had to shut all of our programs, it just almost makes me sick thinking back to those early days of the pandemic. I was really worried, but how quickly we were able to shut everything down, getting things back up and running has been much more challenging in a lot of ways, and that is. But we're making progress a day at a time. I remember during the course of of this past year, when we didn't even know about the vaccine, I just kept remember thinking, well, we don't know how far we are away from this day where we are now, but I knew we'd getting closer because we were getting further away from the beginning of it. So again, I just want to thank everybody. This is an amazing organization. I'm just so proud of the way our employees in every capacity and our families who have been flexible, who have helped in incredible and profound measures to support us in and even from a spiritual and emotional perspective, those emails and there were so many families that communicated and really assisted us with that. So we have dedicated part of the summer in our NuPath Live episodes to it's the sensational summer of staff. And we're honoring and recognizing some of our frontline staff. These are the people that you guys out there are making it happen every day. And you've done extraordinary work, and I just look forward to talking with you. Now, the first staff we're going to talk to, I'm sure many of you know. If you're from the Westford program, you certainly do know her. Her name is Erika Paige. She's a team leader up in Westford. And she, I can't believe this, is in her 9th year at NuPath. And there she is. You don't look 9 years older than you did when you started. You still look like you just like I remember you looking. But can you believe it's been 9 years?
I think it's 8, almost 9, but 8. I think it would be
maybe you're going into your 9th. Okay, well I got a little ahead of myself, but still 8 is pretty close to 9. Let's just say, I mean that's amazing. Did you think when you started working here all those years ago that you'd still be working in this job? Did you have a sense that it was going to be that, or we talked to Barry last week and she's 10 years. She said she never thought it was going to last this long. What did you think?
I did commit to the long haul. I just didn't think it was going to be this long, but I'm happy.
I mean, there's long hauls and then there's long hauls, and this represents, I think anytime you get over 5 years someplace in employment, that is beyond what statistics say that the average person, even especially nowadays, the new generation of millennials are much more likely to go from job to job. But Erika, you've been at Westford during that time when most people are asked if they will participate in NuPath Live, and mostly nobody ever says no unless there's a genuine reason. But in your case, it's a little different. You told Brian Callan, the director up there, that you wanted to be a guest on NuPath Live. Why did you want to be a guest on NuPath Live?
I don't know. I wanted to have my little bit of a time with you and everybody.
You wanted to have your 15 seconds of fame. Is that what it is?
Yes.
I love that. I think that says quite a bit about you. People, are coming all different. We're all different, of course. And a lot of people are they're bashful, shy. But I love somebody that's really wants to get out there, wants to be in front of people. I mean, that says a lot about who you are. Now, so welcome to NuPath Live. This is how does it feel so far? Does it feel as exciting as you thought it would feel?
Well, my palms were sweating as the meeting was starting, but I'm good. I had my little nerves, but I'm okay. I got used to it from doing the Zooms, so that kind of broke the ice for me.
You by the way, you're just doing such a great job already. I think everybody will agree that you're so far you're doing really, really, really well. Oh, and another thing, I had said to you guys just before we went live, I said that tonight you'll have to make sure that you gather your family close and we'll go to the YouTube channel, our NuPath YouTube channel, and you can watch it. I'm already ahead of you. I already sent the link out to me. So you've got a whole, your people are out there now watching it live, literally as we're doing this. And probably everybody in Westford is
probably. I'm hoping.
I think sometimes people like the live thing because you think that you almost wonder, are they going to make a mistake? You're worried for them, or is something going to happen? But that's not going to happen here. So you've been in Westford. Talk to me about how your job has changed. You mentioned the Zoom. You've been doing that since the pandemic started, the Power Up Fitness. Brian just can't say enough about it, about your participation and all that you're doing. you've worked in at Johnson Street, Sheldon Street, pretty much done anything and everything that has been asked of you. That kind of flexibility is so huge. Available for whatever in a pinch is what Brian said. Talk to us about your going on 9 years, your 8+ years at Westford, and how your job, your role has changed, especially this past year.
Well, I mean, it took a little bit of getting used to, you know, because with the pandemic, a lot of stuff has changed. So our routine has changed up a little bit. But once we got into the swing of how things were going to run, it became easier a little bit more each day as we went along. So you just try to make the best of it and, you know, make it as easy for the guys as possible and make it fun at the same time.
You know, some people, human beings are creatures of habit in the sense most people kind of, we gravitate towards the familiar, the routines, and you know what's expected of you. You come in and you do thing, then you do B, and then you do C, and then you do D. But then there's some people, and I'm like this, I can get bored pretty easily. Like, I like it when things get shaken up a little bit. Are you that kind of person? Do you like things do you get bored of things easily, or you?
Yeah.
You do.
With some things, it depends on what it is, but I love change. I guess also too, depending on what the change is, but I like to try new things. It just broadens my horizon.
It sure does. Well, I would have guessed that to be true about you. You know, from a personal, on a personal note, some people may not know this. I probably did know it, but I was shocked. Well, I'm shocked that you've been with us as long. But you have a son who's what, in basic training? Is that right? Because you don't look old enough to like have a son in junior high school. You know, so I'm just, you know, is that right, Tyler?
Yes. He is going to be 19 on Sunday.
Wow.
He graduated from basic combat. He's now in the tech part, so he's in the schooling. He's supposed to graduate June 9th, and then he's going off to airborne.
Wow. You must be so proud. Are you just as proud as you could be, like, and worried too, maybe a little worried, or are you just proud?
Both. It's hard. I mean, I get to talk to him on the phone. I do FaceTimes, but I haven't seen my son since January 21st, and it's hard.
Wow. Has it been that long?
Yeah.
That's awful. When are you going to have a chance to see him?
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough. Oh, I don't want to make you cry. Don't cry.
Okay. It's a lot of firsts for me with him not being here, so I'm still trying to get used to it.
You know what, Erika? The thing about this pandemic and what we've all been through together, all of us have had our own private hell, you know, that we've walked through one way or another. My mother got really, really sick. She was locked up. She ended up dying. You know, here you're telling us about your son going off to basic training. You're in the middle of this because we probably didn't even have the vaccine yet when he went away. You know, and so you take something that's already tough, and then you encounter, you know, these life, you know, sort of obstacles that you can't live any amount of time without having to confront something like that. It really can be hard, isn't it? And there's been so much that we've been isolating from other people, and well, I hope you see him soon. I assume that he has Wi-Fi wherever he is.
Yes.
And if he's not watching now, then he'll probably watch you later.
Yes, I
want to say a message to him. I'll say, do a shout out to Tyler.
Show you his picture.
All right. Wow.
Boy.
Handsome kid. You know, if Tyler, if you're watching, come back and see your mother as soon as you possibly can.
Oh, he loves this place. He loves being here. Since the first time I brought him to his first walk the walk, he was like, "Mom, can I get a job here?" I was like, "Well, you can't work in the same building, but I don't see why not." So he's always asking about the clients, always.
Oh my God, that's so great. You know, and that's such a reflection on you and your parenting. You're helping expose him. You know, people don't automatically, you know, just born into this world having those values of sensitivity and thoughtfulness and caring and compassion and all of the things that it takes to work for a place like NuPath, you know, but that's come, I'm sure, from you. Erika, you've just been such a bright breath of fresh air It's really fun to see you. I wish, sooner than later we won't have to worry about being on these Zoom calls, and we can be at those crazy holiday parties and posing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And so and that'll be a great time. But we're making progress. I hope Tyler comes home to you soon. I'm sure he's going to continue to make you proud and be successful, whatever he does. And thank you for everything you've done for NuPath and your flexibility and your great spirit and what a support you've been to the team up there and to Brian and to all of us. So, and congratulations on your almost 9 years, going into 8 to 9.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here. So it wasn't so bad, right?
No.
You probably want to stay on, do the rest of the show, but we got to bring somebody else on. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Bye-bye. Thank you again.
Bye, Erika. Oh, I see. My problem is I could always just talk and talk and talk. Okay, next up, we have another staff person. Now, this one happened a slightly different way because this one, Christina Putney, who's the manager of Heritage Road, recommended that we talk to Mahrobert Nimely. He's a life coach at Heritage Road. He's going to have his 3-year anniversary in September, and we're going to talk to him for a couple of minutes and find out what his life has been like this past year, because we've heard great things. So we're going to be bringing Mahrobert on to bring him on now, and I know he's there because I can see him even though you can't. There he is. Hey, Mahrobert, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
So is this a weird experience for you? All the technical, you probably didn't realize all this stuff went on behind the scenes, did you? Or maybe you do this, for regular. Probably not. Where are you now?
I'm president at Heritage Road.
You are at Heritage Road.
Yeah.
So are you know that you're going to be undisturbed? Is Christina there? Is she blocking the door so people don't come in to see you? Because I know that people love you and our clients are that always want to be with you. Or are they trying to get into the office now as we speak?
Actually, another staff came in and
Another staff came in?
yeah, they wanted to sign in, but quite unfortunately, I'm using the computer now. So
you didn't start out in residential. You didn't start out at Heritage Road. When you were hired for the Westford program, right? Or maybe you started out as relief. Do I have the detail right?
really,
And yet, Christine is she's very proud of the fact that she recruited you to come and work for her, and she says it's one of the best things she ever did. She says that you've worked out so great, that you've become a valuable asset. And she talks about your flexibility. What's the experience been like for you this past year? I know you've been willing to do whatever has been asked of you. You've filled all kinds of shifts. Was it a challenging year? I mean, obviously it was a challenging year, but talk to us about what your life has been like this past year.
so it was actually challenging, but being a relief staff, direct support professionals, it's not something strange because I signed up for it. And with the level of empathy that I have, I like working with people of such. And so I was always glad to be around. And so I was always there whenever she named me. Not only Christina, but once it's NuPath and I was employed by NuPath to do my work, I'm available to work.
It cannot be overstated how important it is to the people in our programs that there is consistent presence of staff. You think about the things in your life, you build relationships with your doctor or your dentist, and then if they retire or leave or, then it can be a challenge to try to find somebody new. And yet the people in our programs, it's something they're exposed to all the time because people come, they go. It's just the way the industry works. So the stability that you've brought to the program and being there, just a person that people love so much, and it's meant. I know it's meant so much to everybody up there, and Christina surely talks about how much value you bring on a regular basis. You have how did Good Luck come to work there too? Did you refer him, or was that somebody that came a different way?
And so, Google have been my friend. We have worked together. He's from Liberia, like myself. We have worked in Liberia with a lot of NGO related to human services. And so, when I came to NuPath, I thought it wise bringing him over, looking at his ability and his nature of empathy. I'm quite optimistic that he was one of the best person to come over here so that we all can share our good experience.
Did you say you work for various NGOs in Liberia? Is that what you said?
Correct.
That's pretty amazing. Of course, I'm from Sierra Leone, so Liberia is like not far at all. Just down the coast, a little bit on the west coast. So that worked out well that you got your colleague and friend to come join us. I want to dedicate the last couple of minutes that we have here for you to talk about somebody special that I guess entered your life a month ago.
Oh yeah, my daughter.
There's the smile. Yeah, that's how you get a daddy to smile. So you have my notes say that you have a new baby.
Yeah.
But you want to tell us who this new baby is? Is this a baby girl, a baby boy?
It's a baby girl.
Baby girl. Do you have a picture on your phone real quick you can hold up and let us see?
Okay.
He was probably thinking, oh, should I tell the CEO I have my cell phone on me? Maybe I should. No, you're allowed to have your cell phone on you. We're not like other organizations. But I'm sure you've got plenty of pictures. So you're going to find that. Yeah, so I was doing the math. That means, your wife was pregnant all throughout this. Oh my gosh, look at her. She's so cute. Oh, when they put those little headbands on. Was everybody in your family safe from COVID during this awful year? I mean, your wife was pregnant. You were probably worried about that. I mean, did everybody manage to come out of it all right?
Oh yes, everybody was safe with the mechanism put to place to follow the preventer mechanism. We were able to live with it, and with the help of God, everybody was safe. Nobody COVID, even though we were working with people who have had COVID, but with the basic prevention mechanism, we were able to come through.
Well, we are glad everything is good at home, and I wish you a big hearty congratulations for this new addition to your family. She's very cute, and thank you for your flexibility, for your what was the word used earlier? Not altruism, but your empathy, your care. That little girl's going to have a good role model to follow as she grows up. Maybe in a few years yet, but maybe she can come work for NuPath at some point. I'll be long gone, I would think, by then. But it's a joyful thing that even in the shadow of the darkness of this pandemic that we've been through, that this beautiful life came into the world, and that you made that happen. And your wife, she gets some credit too. So we better make sure she gets full credit. Thank you for the support you bring to Christina, all the families up at Heritage Road, and most importantly, the men that live there. It just means so much to us. So thank you. Now, how was that? It wasn't too bad, the experience of being on NuPath Live?
No.
All right. Well, we hope to talk to you again soon. Maybe at your 5-year anniversary, we'll have to bring you back on. Thank you for your time today and for everything you do. And we'll see you soon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I can't believe how quickly the time flies. And here we are out of time once more. I want to see people so bad, and so I'm gonna, one way or another, I'm gonna, now that we have a little more freedom of movement, I'm gonna try to get around. We're trying to plan some fun things for people, you know, cookouts, stuff like that around different programs. We want this to be a summer of joy. We've had a lot of sadness and aggravation and pain and uncertainty and anxiety. It's time to party. To every staff person out there, you are amazing and we love you. And guys, did I tell you we got this? We got this. And look at us now. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.